Today marks 1448 days lessons to learn and continue to learn with you. But hope these insights will inspire you, support dreams, help achieve your goals, really empower you to become the person that you want to become. Today, I still go to the series of the words that starts with different letters. We covered A, B, C, D, E, F, and today we focus on G. And I think that there is a beautiful words that coming out of G letter, and today I'll share 7 words that are essential to become the best version of ourselves. 7 words. And let's get started. So number one is growth. It's a beautiful word, growth. And again, this is the essence of evolution because if you want to evolve, transform, become somebody, you will need to grow. You will not to transform. You will need to grow into somebody. So that means that I think that sometimes we can even look at the word gap. That means that you're thinking about what kind of person I want to become. Okay, you see that person, and you see, okay, I have that awareness of who I am right now, and then there's a gap, and that gap will need to be filled with growth. And I think that when we look into growth, I think that masters in growth are looking in every single experience as opportunity to grow. It doesn't matter. It's a hard pill, it's a simple pill to swallow. At the same time, we're able to learn and improve. Number two, and I think that's one of my favorite words, and I think that every single person is supposed to see that word in their vocabulary quite often, that is gratitude. Gratitude. I probably have heard that, but I think that is worth repeating is that what you appreciate appreciates. What you appreciate appreciates. That means that the more you're grateful about something, the more you'll have it of it in your life. And that's why we need to really always say that what you grateful. And I think that the most important part about gratefulness is that you're not able to have two emotions at the same time, negative and positive. So you have negative or you have positive. So when we find ourselves in a negative emotion, what do we able to do? We're able to transition to positive. We're not able to block the negative, but we're able to transition. But how we transition in a positive way to positive emotion? We are becoming grateful. So gratitude is one of the best transitions from negative to positive, and that's why I think that's what attracts better attitude, and better attitude attracts better actions. Better actions attracts better results, and better results improves our life for the better. So that's why I truly believe that gratitude is one of the most important words in in English vocabulary or any vocabulary whatsoever, because it's fuel fulfillment. Number three, again, this is a very powerful word, and there's even a book about it. It's grit. Grit. The power of perseverance. And I think that's when people look into, okay, who will succeed and who is not, they measure based on the grit that they have. And it's beautiful thing about grit is that grit is not something that is born with. Grit is something that you develop, nurture, expand yourself in that. So when you grit is something that when you think about yourself and like what would the strongest version of me do right now, I think it's a beautiful thing. What would the strongest version of me would do right now? Because every single person will end up some kind of hole, small hole, big hole, doesn't matter, some hole, and be able to ask great questions to really get out of that hole. And ask a question is what the strongest version of me would do right now. And then again, this is inviting the greater version of me, greater version of us. Number four, and is a beautiful word, is grace. Really the art of compassion. And I think that we always need to learn that grace is given to us, all people. That means that us is you, us is me, and then that's why we need to really give grace to ourselves and to others. Give grace ourselves to our main mistakes. And I think that one of the most important part, we need to really be able to really speak to ourselves as we speak with our best friend. Our best friend makes mistake. What would you say when your best friend makes mistake? Would you judge, shame, guilt trip that person? Or would you say that that's totally fine? Next time will be better. I know that you did your best, and that's the most important part. You put effort. You didn't have control of the result, but you had control of your effort, and you choose to control your efforts. That's what I'm proud of you. I know that if you will keep the same effort and do something different with the same effort, you will succeed. So being able to give grace to others and to yourself, I think that is very extremely important. to really grow. Because if you do not have grace, every single mistake will chip away our confidence, chip away our self-worth, chip away everything that is important to achieve the best version of ourselves. Number five is goals. Of course, every single person knows that if you want to become the best version of yourself, you need to have goals. You need to set goals. There is smart goals, there is different goals, there is big goals, there is some big audacious goals, there is small goals. There's a lot of goals. And I think that there's different types of people because sometimes people say you need to have massive audacious goals. And I don't say that it's right to every single person. I think that person who have been in a hole, what they a lot of times need is a small goals, achievable goals, actionable goals that they could have small wins under their belt very, very, very fast. And those small goals will build momentum, and after that momentum, you're able to achieve massive success. But if you have already successes, small successes, you don't need to have small goals anymore. You're able to really go after big, audacious goals. So the goal has a compass of clarity, so that means we need to have clarity and awareness of where we are and what kind of goals we need to set. And I guess the most important part is just we need to create goal that is actionable. Then the more you create actionable goals that you're able to implement every single day, that the easier it is to achieve them. Number six, and this beautiful word is groundedness. Groundedness. And that is the strength of stability, because I think that a lot of times when you think about becoming the best version of ourselves, we will do something that we never did before. We will go pursue big things. And that means that there will be a lot of uncertainty. A lot of uncertainty. And it means that what we need to become, we need to become stable in uncertainty. We need to be okay in uncertainty. Be okay when we're shaky. We need to really build that groundedness. Pause daily, breathe, be mindful, be present, be meditate. Like find the things that really allow you to ground yourself. Groundness is one of the most important things when you think about emotion regulation. And there's so many business owners who said that what is the key to success in business? And there are so many people who says emotional regulation is the key to success and becoming the best version of you. So if emotional regulation is the key, then his groundness and really find that stability in your life will be essential to become the best version of ourselves and build anything meaningful. A last one, and of course not the least one, and one probably one of the most important to really live a fulfilling life, not successful, fulfilling life, is generosity. And this is just the expansion of our soul, of our spirit, but because you realize that you live a life not for yourself. You live a life to give, to serve, to add value, to be generous, to be kind, to give. I think that is very, very important to really give from abundance, generously, daily, without expecting anything in return. And I think that's a beautiful thing when you start to see abundance everywhere. And I think that it's beautiful when you understand that the rule as well, that the generosity. And I learned this first time from John C. Maxwell. He said that you're not able to give what you do not have. You're not able to give what you do not have. So that means if you want to be generous, the more you need to have more things. And that's a lot of times it's more energy, more time, more resources, more wisdom that you're able to really develop. And the beautiful thing is that the most important resource is energy. I because sometimes you can really throw money at something, but the most important thing that people sometimes need is inspiration, aspiration, some energy that people could give to other person, some advice, some wisdom, some guidance, accountability. That's the thing that the most important thing. Money is important in a lot of different cases. It helps a lot. But I think that still the most important thing that really moves the mountains is the guidance, the energy that you're able to put, the thought process. Because I think that the masters, experts are able to distill from like complex situations into very simple advice that someone could really take that advice immediately and get results. And I think that's where the true generosity lies. So I hope you reflect as well like what are G words in your life that are essential to become the best version of you. And I'll finish with essence with every single word. So growth gives you purpose, gratitude gives you peace, grit gives you power, grace gives you patience, goals gives you direction, groundness gives you balance, generosity gives you meaning. So all those are very essential words, and I hope that you really reflect on those, find your own most important words, and really start focus on them to attract more of them into your life. So I hope you choose to win, and see you tomorrow.